All right, everybody. Let me invite Bobby on here, and then we will get off and running. We'll send that off to her. I'm about to start my thing?
Wait, you're going to shower.
Yeah. Okay, let's wait for Bobby, and then we'll be ready to go in this impossible slate. I don't know whether it became easier or harder without Blake Snell, but we'll see what happens. And I'm going to try to go over MLB. I'm going to try to go over the NBA, but Bobby's back, so hopefully he can shoulder some of the most of the load here so I can handle my lineups. Although I did just update my baseball ones, I still have to update my basketball ones. So you'll see on TrueDFS, I just got finished pushing like a huge new run of sheets from LOL to DK to NBA Showdown to and MLB. I pushed everything up there, and I'm pretty sure I didn't do a new PGA one yet. Actually, I did, but I just hit it. It just kind of like called the same thing. But there's an incredible standout in PGA, by the way, this week. I can't imagine him being as low owned as my first run is showing him, but we'll get into that tomorrow. Yes. So what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for Bobby to show up is redo my NBAs, because my lineups are old. Let's put it that way. So again, all I do, and by the way, the NBA has been really good to me, these freaking showdown slates. I mean, it's just been, I've been making like 20-25% every day on these freaking showdown slates where there's no variance. I have no variance. There's no variance with respect to who's getting the minutes and stuff like that. And there's Bobby. Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
So I was just saying that I just did it for a whole new big push of projections and stuff for pretty much every sport. And I finished my baseball. I wanted to get everything done early so that I can spend some time talking to people.
There's so much baseball that we have to let. There's so much weather that I can't even think about anything else at the moment.
Well, tell me about the weather piece, because that I didn't factor in yet.
Yeah, well, the weather's the Cleveland game, which is the worst.
Okay.
I don't know. They probably play, but it's definitely at risk. There's definitely delay risks in Chicago for the White Sox, so Giolito's much, much more at risk than before, as is Maeda, obviously.
Okay.
St. Louis and Arizona, that's another one. San Diego and Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah. And Seattle, Toronto.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure that one out.
Are they legit? Is it like, are they like orange? I mean,
what's that?
Are they like legit at risk or?
Well, I mean, all of them are different variations of risk, but there's pitchers, and the Giolito thing is, maybe a little less interesting than it was before.
And what the hell happened to Snell?
What do you mean? Oh, Snell's scratched.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter. I don't know. Happens all. He gets scratched all the time.
No, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, sorry. No, just when this stuff pops up, it's like it just feels like all at once. I'm like sort of trying to figure out everything I'm doing here. But I wouldn't probably be I'm not looking at Cleveland outside of stacks as much as I was. I might have a couple of smaller buy-ins with one-offs, but that's the way I'm treating that. And then I was actually going to be open to playing a little Mejia, just a tiny bit. And
I got all kinds of Mejia.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that anymore. I also am trying to get some updates on these because we should have them in now, but let me see real quick. Because that was the Robbie Ray situation that I was wondering about. Yeah, we got the extreme pitchers umpire for Robbie Ray, so that's good news for Ray.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not as good news for the Toronto stack, but there also is weather concerns about pop-up storms.
Oh, God.
You got the extreme hitter in Dodger Stadium, extreme hitter in Washington, extreme hitter for Morton, unfortunately. So it's a little bit of a trickier slate than it initially seemed like it was going to be. Or not tricky. It was always tricky, but it's a little bit tricky for things that we didn't foresee happening.
Yeah, that's a little annoying.
Yeah, it is a little annoying. Let's see, and hold on one second. I gotta grab something. Sorry about that.
Sure.
Haven't eaten all day. Ordered a couple hours ago, so I'd have time, but it just now got here. So, but yeah, I'll go through what I'm doing in a second. Why don't you talk about what you're doing, and I'm just finishing up.
Well, right now, like I said, right now I'm just finishing up these NBAs, and then I can go ahead and re-talk about my baseballs. Because I thought I was done with my baseballs, but I didn't realize all this freaking weather is. So I have to go look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the NBA, which is going to take me about 15 more seconds. And then I'll go back into baseball and see what weather risk I was assuming, because I had all kinds of crazy shit going on with who I was playing in my in baseball. So I want to see how crazy that is. So hold on, almost done here. Okay.
I'm very into. I'll just say while you're going through that, I'm much more higher on Marquee than I was to start the day.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh lineup is a joke. Now they're also the chalk because they're so cheap and they're in Coors, but it's the worst lineup that could have possibly rolled out. So definitely have interest in them. I'd like to get rid of Morton out of this too.
Okay, let me take a look then at this weather situation. I want to read this myself and see what we're at here. Detroit, Cleveland's the risky one, huh?
Yeah.
Oof.
And then because umpires, I actually have pivoted on to Heaney a little bit instead of Morton and Giolito. And I'm going to get more Robbie Ray. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Right now, I have 40% Robbie Ray and 32% Mejia on DraftKings. So that's something that needs to be addressed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the Robbie Ray weather, at least it doesn't look as daunting, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
But it's, and it looks like a mid to later inning delay, which actually might not be the worst thing, even though if you get the sixth inning or whatever. Robbie Ray, I mean, the whole thing with him is like he's going to give up some power. He's going to give up some stolen bases. He's going to walk some guys, but he's also going to strike out a ton of guys, and he can usually do that in 5 or 6 innings. I'm not about him out these Seattle bats. So I don't mind being heavy on Ray. Let's see. We don't want Santana. And yeah, I just really am shocked by this lineup that they're rolling out there in Pittsburgh.
But who's different? I mean, like.
Well, Moran, was hit by the pitch and he's out.
Yeah.
No Brian Reynolds, and it's already a terrible lineup as to begin with, maybe the worst lineup in baseball.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, I have some stacks that are combo stacks with them, but that's because they're free, basically. So I wanted to get a little bit of that, but yeah, it's a little frustrating because then the extreme hitters umpire for Morton has taken me a little bit off of him, and then he was my pivot off of Giolito, so it's left me with a little bit of Heaney, who I actually think you have a wide range of outcomes with Heaney, but we've seen how bad this Yankees lineup can be at times. I mean, they've really there's again, I have interest in the Yankees, so it feels weird to say that even too, but yeah, it's weird for sure. I even have a little bit of Carlos today at all.
Carlos who?
Carlos Martinez, extreme pitchers umpire over there. And I think that he's just one of, if you're going to pay double spend down, I think that he's not as, maybe not as good a play as Velasquez and they don't strike out a ton in Arizona and all that. But I mean, you look at just run totals and price. I don't mind going to a little bit of him. Not much. I mean, again, I would prefer to stick with the Caprillion guy, with Caprillion, I'm just looking through my ownerships here. Sorry about this, guys. It's taking me a second to get everything. Caprillion, I think Woodruff is just becoming more and more of an easy play to make. We talked about Ray, who I like. I think that if it wasn't an extreme hitters umpire, I was going to end up with some Gaussman, but I'm not really finding myself ending up there too much, or Bueller. Trevor Rogers always has upside, so I think okay, come on, guys. Let's see.
In the name of transparency, I will tell you that I'm going to have one lineup with the McGill Gorilla.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, he has strikeout stuff. Like he's like 4K, like whatever. I know. No, I hear you. I will have. I think I have him in one lineup right now.
What about the guy that's starting for San Diego?
What about him?
Is he like a legit starter or no?
I'm grabbing my stats on everybody real quick. Hold on. Stammen, he's not a starter really. I mean, he hasn't pitched more than 2 innings in a game, I don't think, this season.
Okay, I figured it was worth exploring.
Yeah, no, but it brings Cincinnati well into play, and that's something that I don't think anyone planned to do to start the day. And now I think that they're a much better play than they were. So I don't mind that at all. Let's just see real quick. Sorry, I felt bad to be scrambling right before the show, but I just got the update and the umpire data literally right before the show we came on. So a little bit scrambly at the moment. We only have, wow, this is ugly. Ryan McMahon's only third base eligible now. Okay.
Oh, what is that? That's a recent development.
I mean, I haven't been playing any Colorado guys, so I don't know actually how long it's been. But he had been second base and outfield and second base and third base eligible most of the season. And we've got, let's see, where is my first baseman here? Huh.
Woodruff.
Let's see, Dodgers lineup just came out.
KC, McGill Gorilla, get some of that. Maeda. Urals might be a better play than we thought. Is Bueller.
Yeah, extreme hitters umpire, and
really?
I mean, he's fine. He's a great pitcher. I think he's legit. I think he's a totally valuable. I just am not like I'm all over him or anything. I actually like him better on FanDuel because I feel like that quality start has just been basically money in the bank for him all year long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even the Colorado lineup's weaker tonight too, by the way. So, wow. I do wish there was a way they would just change it and have that we could get the info, the lineups and stuff. I don't understand, like, why are the Angels just now releasing their lineup? You know what I mean? 45 minutes before the game starts. How is that allowed? I don't understand it. But I still like Toronto, even with the pitchers umpire. And I don't, maybe not fully stacking them, but I have a lot of 4-man and 3-man stacks with them. And also with the potential weather concerns for later in the game. But I have 20% Marquis. I have 27% Morton. I would have been in the 40s if it was a different umpire. I still think I could get up to 30 on him. 20% Ray, but I want to get that up to 30 or closer to 30. 20% Giolito, even with the matchup. 15% Velasquez. 15% Maeda, who I'm probably going to come off of a little bit because of the weather. Probably be down to 10% on him. Mark, 5% Heaney, 40% Woodruff. I have Tyon in a couple lineups. I don't see him as being so different than Vincent Velasquez. Obviously, the matchup's worse, but I don't mind a little bit of it. The lefties have really gotten to him, and the Angels have a few good ones. So I do like the Angels lefties a little bit as well. And I need to get my DraftKings to update these lineups, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, it's always frustrating on these slates where you're multi-entering and mass multi-entering and all that stuff, and then you get this kind of information. It makes it tricky. All right, I'm gonna answer some questions in chat real quick. What's up, Jason? It's fine here in Cleveland. Storm passed through. Okay, that's good. That's good to know, Jason. But that you say I see that there might be more storms coming in shortly. That's what the radar looks like it's showing. It's probably going to work out, but it's I don't see any need to force in anything on this slate, and it's not like these were my favorite teams anyway. I think you're probably right. I think that it probably does play fine, but it's not. I don't see the need to play media anyway, so it's just fine to me. So let's see. Feel about Houston's pitcher. Urquidy is a good pitcher, a good real life pitcher. So absolutely against Baltimore, but he's 9,900. I just like the other guys above him better and below him better. That's the truth. But I do think Urquidy's a good pitcher, not a huge strikeout guy. Baltimore can help you out with that. So I think you're totally fine playing him. Any reason to give so much weight to umpires? Yes, because they make a difference, in my opinion. It makes it
right. So meanwhile, I have to bring this up.
Yeah,
okay. I have to bring this up. A little bit of fun. So if this Minnesota White Sox game plays, I'd like to tell you that Bobby Firestone is not in play, but at 2K at first base, we have Sheets in play.
I thought you were going to say Bobby Bradley.
Gavin Sheets is hitting 7th, and he can hit home runs. I just thought I would let you know that.
There you go.
And there you go. He was recalled from AAA Charlotte, and apparently he's a big, huge dude who can hit a bunch of freaking home runs, and Maeda can give them up. So if you need a 2K guy, you want any stupid reason to play Sheets, you can go right ahead and do it.
I'm getting my arm. It's getting hot in here. It's like we're back in New York. All right. But yeah, my stacks are still. I mean, I'm still heavy. Like so, just heavy on the Blue Jays. I love the A's. I really have come more and more onto the A's.
Wow.
20% of my stacks are A's stacks. I mostly they're 4-man. And or even some 2 and 3 men, just like secondary stacks, but I just think that they're. I just think we want to try and pick on Fultonavich when we get the chance, and this is a good chance too. Yeah, Caprillion I mentioned.
My highest owned stacks is Kansas City, undrafted.
I have no interest in Kansas City, so. You can have it. I actually think that the Pivetta is the guy who scares me of not having on this slate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's a much better pitcher than people give him credit for. And you look at even just like the fantasy points per game, and he's ahead of a lot of these guys who were playing ahead of him. Took a no-hitter into the 7th of his last game. Really, he does give up some power for sure. But if you look at the games he gave up power, it's pretty much been – actually, the only game he's given up multiple home runs of the season has been Toronto. So that's my sort of hesitancy with him. And he's good against righties, and I'm not in love with the lefties for KC in general. Definitely have some Angels. I think that they're another one that more as a secondary stack, but the lefties, I definitely like the lefties for the Angels. And maybe mix in a Rendon in there. Just sort of thinking out loud here about or looking at my thing and seeing everybody who I'm playing. But it's pretty similar to earlier, except with the exception of just these little weather situations. And the Oakland thing, I don't want to play in that temperature, but I just want to pick on. I really want to pick on Fultonavich personally. So that's where I'm at on that one. And then I mean, if you want savings, you can really pay up at pitching today because there really is plenty of options. Yeah. And it's really easy to play Ray and Woodruff together if you want to do that. Just play some of the Pittsburgh bats, and it's really easy.
Let's see this.
Yeah, guys, keep firing in the questions. I'm happy to answer anything. The Twins, Big Ticket asked about the Twins. Yeah, I wouldn't stack against Giolito in general. Yeah, Cruz and Kepler do have good BVP versus him. If you end up with them as one-offs, I think you can go ahead and feel comfortable with that. I'm good with that. But I don't particularly like the idea of stacking the Twins on this slate. There's just too many good stacks. Okay, Baltimore. All right. But yeah, I would like to hopefully just get some more clarification on some of the weather things before we go ahead and play all these guys and feel great about it. But I do like the Ray Woodruff combination. I think it's really easy to get into.
I agree with that. I'm getting a decent amount of that.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. There's also a lot of other value. I mean, you got David Peralta at 2.1K, which is just kind of crazy, and you also have Josh Reddick at 2.1, 2.2 for Mazzara if you're comfortable playing that game. And I think the hitting side would be more comfortable for me than the pitching would be. There's plenty of guys you can use. Jesus Sanchez, also another 2,300 bat against Velasquez if you're not using Velasquez in the lineup. I like that. And I'm almost ready with my baseball after that. I just need to weather pending. It's pretty much all I've got left.
Yeah, let me just double check my exposures here. I pared down my Kansas City a little bit. What the hell? I thought I did.
On another slate, I would be open to it. I just don't. I think there's just too many other spots that I like. That's the problem I have today. Is I like too many spots. And
yeah. You play any Rich Hill?
On FanDuel, another one I wasn't happy to see the extreme hitters umpire. Otherwise I would have had some more interest on FanDuel. He's 6,800, so I do think he's in play over there. I've also got to finish my FanDuel builds at some point during this thing. Ended up with an unhealthy amount of Dylan Moore today.
Okay.
In that Seattle-Toronto game, but I probably am going to come a little bit off of some of that right now because I think I had a little too much love for the Seattle side of it, where I'm not playing Robbie Ray. 2, 3, 4. We get Springer. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense to me on that one.
Did you end up biting the bullet and playing any Heaney?
Like 5%.
Yeah.
But in one of my big stack, in one of my 111s, I do have them.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to I didn't want to go crazy with it. I just wanted a little bit of. I think he's got upside, but there's enough pitchers out there that are just make a little more sense to me.
How many did you do in the 111?
11.
Nice. Oh, 11 in the 111?
Yeah.
Gotta like that.
And yeah, I went 11 in the 111. And I have 4 in the FanDuel 222 as well.
We'll hopefully finish these next 5 minutes, then I can dedicate some time to questions and other stuff. Let me just see.
Yeah. Yeah, do your thing.
It would be nice if I could do that.
Yeah, I really wouldn't worry about outfield ownership for the most part, guys, today, if you guys are thinking about it, because there's so many good outfield options from the low to the high end. I don't think you're going to see anybody too crazy where you should be avoiding them. Still do love Haniger as a one-off, by the way, against Ray.
Oh yeah.
I think I think he's like one of my favorite overall plays. He and Springer, my favorite in the mid tier.
What about some of those? I think that we shouldn't sleep on that observation you had earlier that the Reds are like firmly in play.
Yeah, I know, and I that's one thing I'm going to try and at least get a stack or two of. They're too cheap, especially Castellanos. So I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
I mean, they were already a good play as like leverage against Snell before.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, actually, this looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty heavy on the Woodruff.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your current assessment of the Cleveland game? If you had to,
I just wouldn't. I would play the stacks fine. I just don't think I want to play it. I think the one-offs are even probably okay, but I just like other teams better. I wouldn't play the pitchers personally.
Okay. I'm gonna have a sliver or two of the Mejia just in case.
Yeah.
Can I have 10%? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have no problem with that.
Okay. Let me take a look at this. This looks pretty good. Bueller, Taylor. Yeah, I'm pretty spread out on FanDuel a little bit. More Woodruff though. I'm a little nervous.
A little nervous about Woodruff.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him.
Also got the good pitchers umpire.
Yeah, they're fine. So my highest owned stack on FanDuel is Tampa.
Yeah, they make a lot of sense over there. I didn't get to them personally, but I like it, and it's good hitting weather and everything, and I totally get it. Just be aware of the pinch hitters. Later that's the guys who will be pinch hit for, which is not probably the guys mostly you're playing anyway.
Yeah, the one guy I might have a problem with is well, dude, look at this 1, 3, 4, 5. I mean, over there, it's like you have Lowe first, Franco third, Meadows fourth, Wendell fifth, or maybe he could get pinch hit for, but.
No, Wendell should stay in there though. They usually like to leave him in there.
They really got Franco, man. They really have faith, man. They're hitting him third, huh?
Wait, which Franco?
Isn't
Wander? No, he's the best player on their team. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he's the best. He's the future of their team. I mean, he's their guy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You know what's a good play if you're gonna play. I got something for you. If you like Haniger, you could play Torrens hitting fifth at like for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have him. That's partly why I kept falling into the Seattle stack. They're also
Oh, really?
Dylan Moore's 3K, Ty France is 3,400. So there's a lot of guys to like.
I got a 3-man on FanDuel like that. I got Torrens, France, and Haniger.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Hedges, Woodruff, Giolito. All right, let me take a look at some questions if there are any. The pricing is getting tough for hitters. Oh, wait, the Carnes. Wait. Oh, awesome.
What's that?
Big thanks to Sheet Sheets from the golf last week and ended up cashing for 22,500.
Beautiful. Nice job.
200 entries. Excellent.
Sick. That's
Very
great.
Nice. Okay, favorite mid-tier shortstop on FanDuel. All right, I will take a look.
I'll
at
flip
that.
over to FanDuel. Yeah, I've been just doing my DraftKings stuff. So if you want to take that one, as you've got it right now.
Yeah. All right. So what's the question? Favorite mid-tier shortstop on FanDuel. Okay. First of all, shortstop is pretty weak, but Franco is my favorite play. Is 2,700 mid-tier or no? Probably not, right? All right. I'll give you what I have here.
Wait, Franco? Yeah, 2,700 is yeah. That's
I consider mid-tier.
Yeah, that's actually I would call that low for. I mean, that's a great price on Franco.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. And then if you want, my next one be much lower owned is Willie Adames is 2,600.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else is expensive. Like I like Story, I like Bogarts, I like Tatis. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In my top one. So I would say I guess Franco's a good answer to his question.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Let's see what else we have. Yeah, James, I do. Any interest in Marquis as a 1% upside pitcher?
Absolutely.
He's facing, like you were saying, he's facing like the worst of the worst. This is not, Dave Parker, Willie Stargell, and these guys. I mean, like this is a terrible, terrible Pirates lineup.
Yep, I've got a ton of them.
Tony, I have a question. So, Bobby, can you go through real quick your favorite umpires today? Which
the umpires that I've got here. Okay, so that I've got as being extreme are. Let me just grab it again. Give me 1 second. We've got Woodruff with an extreme pitchers umpire, Robbie Ray with an extreme pitchers umpire, extreme hitter for Bueller and for Gaussman, extreme hitter for Rich Hill, extreme hitter for Charlie Morton, extreme hitter for Joe Ross and Caprillion. So in the Washington game and the Oakland game, which again, it's got me back on Oakland even more. Extreme pitcher in the St. Louis game. And that's pretty much what I got. Everybody else is sort of in between.
Yeah, I had some. Someone's asking me about McGill Gorilla. I had some of the Mets pitcher, and I deleted him.
You got rid of it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But I'll hold on to it. Like if I hear Mejia's getting scratched or something like that, because I have like 11. Not Mejia. If I hear that game's at risk, like more risk, I'll take my 10%. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll spread that around somewhere.
Yeah.
Merrifield, Renfroe, Soler.
FanDuel definitely priced up the Colorado game more than. So I actually think that's a good move is to play if you're going to play the Pittsburgh Pats to try and get some of them on FanDuel because that's where people aren't going to play them.
James, your comments are not particularly analytical, but they're really dead on. I mean, I totally with you. Like the Pirates do suck, and no one's playing marquee. I mean, sometimes that's really all you need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Padres Reds game will be delayed. I'm not sure what that's going to do in terms of weather, but I'll try and check that out in just a second.
Okay. Well, what's interesting, big ticket. I mean, like these guys, I got to give props to the algorithms on DraftKings. I mean, some of these guys should be over 6K. Like all these guys. Like remember all these years where Trout was like 6K. Oh my God, how do you play someone at 6K? I mean, because he was worth it. And like all these guys at 6K. I mean, like look at Acuna. Acuna has like bad games and he has like 20 fantasy points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I like that they've caught up with that. I still think they haven't caught up in the 3K range. I think that those guys are pretty underpriced. But I think the 6K guys are. I think these are pretty good.
I like the Yankees a lot on FanDuel.
Okay.
And really just, Judge, Stanton, Glaber, those being my favorite. But I like Sanchez too a lot today. So
Okay.
I'm using a lot of those guys over there. I actually do have a little different builds on FanDuel than I do on DraftKings today, which is unusual.
You know what would be good, Bobby? Like you see the true DFS thing over here. We got to remember this. How about like at 6 o'clock or 5:30? How about like umpire date or somewhere or something?
Yeah, the problem is I didn't get it till like 5:45 today.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, like even if like whenever we get it, that'll be like
exactly. Yeah, good idea. I'll update that. I'll put that on my list here.
Yeah.
I actually think Pavetta's in play on FanDuel, by the way, 7,700 just because of his price. Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, I will have you guys know that Sheets Jr. is on a freaking rampage right now. The sports bet from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
All kinds of different variations of the Clippers winning, like different numbers of points, and he had like the 16 to 20, like 25 to 1. So we're running it. Hopefully, he's hashtag running it up here. So what do we got today? So today we got. You know what? What's his name? Who's that? The guy that wrote the thing, Die with Zero? Whatever the guy is. Who's the prop bet guy? God damn it, the really rich gambler who played what's his name and Heads Up, and he wrote the book Die with Zero. His name is anybody?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Someone's gonna come in with it. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up right now.
I'm sure I'll recognize it once it's said. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head right now.
Bill Perkins. Okay, so yeah, so this is my example of Die with Zero. We want to see how quickly my son can run this thing down to zero. He was off to a terrible start the last couple of days because we had a freaking big hit. But today we have this 100-team parlay, which has no chance to win, I presume. I'm not even going to look at it. I mean, look at all these teams. I mean, how is all this winning? But this was the thing. It's got the Hawks, the Bucks, and all these different things. Like we have if they win by 21 or more, the Bucks get 33 to 1. Between 17 and 20, 35 to 1. 14 and 16, 30 to 1. And then between 7 and 9, here he is. He's right here. 14 to 1, 18 to 1. So we're staggered. All kinds of buck action over here. So we're trying to see how quickly this account is going to go to zero. And I was mentioning to everybody that we're off to a terrible start because you're just killing it the last couple of days.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And I don't even know what this parlay is, Matt.
That's a lot. Where did Bill Perkins' money come from?
What's that?
I don't know. Where did Bill Perkins make his money? Is it something in your field?
I'm not sure.
Guy's got tons of it. That's all I know.
Yeah. So we got here's a.
I was mentioning I had a mental thought, and we'll drive over here.
What'd you have? Yeah.
Of throwing units on a hedge.
Hedge. You know what Chris Fargus said? Hedging's for Fargus.
Throw a couple on the Bucks.
You mean the Hawks?
What?
You have the Bucks everywhere.
What do you think?
What do you mean? You have the Bucks in every variation.
For all of them.
What you have here? Do the Bucks 21 more, 17 to 20, 14 to 16, right?
No, I have the Hawks.
I thought you had the Bucks and
No,
all
I have
these.
the Hawks.
Oh, my man.
What?
Oh, I love the Hawks tonight.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, awesome. Okay, now we're in
Look,
business.
I have a home team.
Oh, that's what that means?
Home.
Oh, dude, the Hawks going to win by 21? I'm in.
Correct.
Oh, let's go.
You guys can have that one. I don't see any route the Hawks are going to blow out the Bucks, but I like the confidence.
I'm a big fan of the 14 to 17 type of win.
The 14 to 17. We don't need a blowout. We just need the Hawks to win by about 15.
It's fine. They're gonna win.
Not a blowout.
Is Trae Young playing?
Is Trae Young playing? He asked. This
As
is
of right now, as of right
this
now,
is the type of research. This is the
Gonna
type
be
of
yes,
research.
Before.
He'll play.
He'll
Don't
play.
play. All right, that's all I need to do. This is a lock, Dad. The parlay's a lock.
Parlay.
Taylor's got 27.
Let's see the parlay. We got.
Taylor's got
We
27.
have Oakland, Tampa, the Mets, Toronto, Yankees, White Sox. These all got to win, right? Phillies, St. Louis Cardinals. They even spell out St. Louis, SAINT.
I wish you guys luck. I'm not betting that game straight up, so I think that you guys can have that one.
We're getting 760 to 1
Wait, they have, for what has to happen?
for like that 100-team parlay to come in that I just mentioned. Just
Yeah.
760 to 1. I mean, how is it losing?
Watch. And I have the draws.
So what you're saying, Tracy, says a night like this, you have a few pitchers and mixed stacks. You know, that is always the question, isn't it? And I've completely changed my. Well, I shouldn't change my tune. I was originally Woodruff with like a whole bunch of SP2s, and then I went Woodruff with Ray with almost exclusively, and now I'm back to Woodruff almost exclusively with mostly Ray, but a bunch of SP2s. I actually had to force myself to own less of Boston and Kansas City. I was getting just so much of those that I actually forced the ownership down. So I have my max of those is about 35%, but then on FanDuel I got about 30. I got 40% Tampa. Any other insight on the NBA on the showdown, Bob? Because every time Bobby Portis does anything, Matt is like pumping fists for you because you were the one that first gave out Bobby Portis as being a key piece to the series.
Yeah, well, it's how the game goes. You know, that's the only thing I feel more on the Milwaukee side of things tonight. But I really like in terms of the showdown stuff. I like, you know, if you're playing the captain stuff, I would be captaining one of the shooters like I mentioned earlier from the Hawks.
Like either Bogdan or like Lou Williams, something like that.
Bogdan, Lou Williams, Herder.
Herder.
He would be the other one. Yeah.
Herder. That's something. Dude, we got to get Crane on because you know what's coming up.
Tennis.
Wimbledon.
Yep. Absolutely. Has that actually started yet?
Yeah, it's like now, I think.
Yeah, I think it started. I think we just had the first round, didn't we? Or the first.
Yeah. Well, no. Is it like the NCAA? I wonder if it's like the NCAA tournament where that's like the best time to play is like the first round when everybody's playing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm
Gotta
actually
get
using Marquee on FanDuel, by the way, tonight too.
Who do you have?
I have Marquee on FanDuel.
Okay.
He's got a ceiling. I mean, I really like that actually.
All right, guys, this is what I need you to do for me. It's like really important. What? I need you guys to pick a number. First person to come up with pick a number 1 to 20. First person to type into the chat. I just need a number, except for Bobby, just 1 to 20. Anybody. Just put a number in.
Do we get one yet?
No, we have nothing.
You have the little delay. You have the 20 seconds.
It's like really important. This could cost 7. Okay. So Matt, you get my 7th lineup. That'll be yours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if this thing wins, I already don't know what it is. So if this lineup comes in, we're not gonna be happy. All right, what do you got, Matt? In the captain, what do we got? Yeah, I can't say otherwise. DraftKings is gonna be mad. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Drew Holiday.
Okay, we can announce the last 4. Go ahead.
Middleton.
Middleton, I've heard of him. Okay. Portis, I've heard of him. Are you gonna max out your salary again?
I like that.
Lou
Portis.
Williams.
Lou Williams.
Oh,
and
Trey Young.
and
I love
Trey Young.
Trey's the most
We-
logical one that's going to be under.
Leaving 2,100 on the table. I love it. There it is. All right, it's in. All right, what other questions do we have here? Let's see. Oh my God, how good is this? Both people picked number 7
Oh,
when they were
Okay.
picking the numbers.
First place.
That's first place for sure.
come on, FanDuel Build. Let's go.
Do WW Fresh and Nesbitt both get a 1% free roll on that lineup?
Coming first.
Yeah. So they're going to get $2,000.
Who's first?
What first place is stated at like 105,000,
Big 150.
150,000. Let me tell you what that lineup's going to come in. That lineup wins. It'll be like $922.
No one has that line.
That's not true. That can win a couple of thousand.
I'm coming in first place.
First place.
By myself.
What else we got here, guys? Any other questions? We're going out to. We got Ashley's 11th birthday dinner. And meanwhile, all we're doing is going on boats now. Like my wife Stacy and I went on a boat a Saturday night. We took a little. We rented a kind of a private boat for like a 2-hour sunset cruise in Long Beach.
Cool.
Yeah. Then Ashley for her birthday. Yeah, was it yesterday? Yesterday, the day before, they took a boat out right from like you were saying, right from Brookfield Place, and they returned it there. Then they spent they went after it there. So everybody's going on a boat. You've motivated us.
Love it. I love it. Boat people, my people.
No.
All right, I've got my 150 in FanDuel now. I'm feeling good.
You,
I haven't done any NBA
Hey, what-
stuff at all. I haven't even built the lineup yet.
You're playing 150?
Playing 150 on FanDuel.
Oh, nice.
I never usually do it, but today I figure with the multi-entering and all the scripting I had to do, I'm going to do it today.
Go Timothy with some info. So injuries and upsets have already been happening in tennis. Okay, I'll keep that. I think that they let me play it in New York. They keep changing their minds.
We probably should double check this. I'm going to double check to see what this weather is what the delay is actually going to cause in Cincinnati, because I did get on to Cincinnati and San Diego a little bit.
Reservation only.
And
Oh, because we don't know who's playing yet. That's why.
oh, well.
Yeah, apparently you got to get aces. Aces is big.
All right, so let's get rid of Caprillion and some.
There's no team in draft yet.
No, you don't even know who's playing yet. I don't think.
Oh, I don't follow
I don't need.
him. You fucking ass.
I mean, seriously. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more weather refresh. No immediate threats.
Going for that. Down the under in the Yankee game.
What?
Down the under in the Yankee game.
Yeah.
100 degrees out.
The opposite.
What?
The hotter it is, the more the ball flies.
No, they're all gonna be sweating. They're not gonna have any energy.
Look at this, man, with the contrarian take on weather. He's saying
I like it, actually.
the hotter it is, the worse the hitting environment because people will be sweaty.
Under in the Yankee. Wow.
I actually like it though for tonight. I think that there is going to be some strikeouts in that game, so I actually like the pitching in that game a little more than I initially did.
Okay, so here's one thing that I don't do as much as maybe I don't know whether maybe I could or I should. So I don't do a lot of lineup reviews after the fact of like the winners, you know. And I guess I probably should do more of that. But when you do, you really run the risk of becoming biased with results. You know, like you see like the top 10 people, and then you're like, oh yeah, I see how you could have done that. You certainly you wanted to overweight that. That made a lot of sense. And you start making excuses after the fact for something that you probably weren't going to do before the fact. So that it's pretty difficult to for me to make lineup review, to do lineup reviews in any real objective ways. So I don't do enough of that. But then again, I know why I don't. Hope the Yankees aren't wearing Costanza's cotton uniforms. No, you mean the cotton or the polyester?
I think now it's the velvet. He wanted to be draped in velvet.
Right. No, but the cotton. That's right.
So we got the official word that Trae Young is a game time decision officially.
Oh my God.
Thanks for the help. Well, that's the same thing. It's the same news.
He's playing.
He's playing. I mean, come on, man. If he doesn't play here, the guy that everybody's crediting his toughness, he's gonna at least go out there.
He doesn't play. He owes his Bitcoin.
That father's gonna make him play. Yeah, throw that. Meanwhile, the Loch Ness Monsters won last night. They won by 4.
Oh, did they?
Matt Haber had like 65 fantasy points. And
the ankle healed up already?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
He's like he's soft. He's like Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He has these ankles, and actually that's not true. Matt doesn't get hurt because you know why Matt doesn't really get hurt playing basketball? Because he really doesn't jump that much.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really, he doesn't land on his ankle so much because he usually just stays stationary on the ground.
N1 3.
That's my style too. I've had the old man game since I was like 12.
Over under 10.
If yesterday was any indication of what the Heat does there'll be a lot of runs tonight.
Under Yankee game. Wow.
All right, we have well-informed information.
Bad bet, by the way. I found myself interested in both pitchers, which obviously means that I don't disagree.
Hey, I told you who was bullish on Jameson Taillon. Kurt Schilling. I love Matt. He's such a millennial. He says, "Who's Kurt Schilling?"
Good. Don't let him find out. Do him a favor.
Remember he was the pitcher of the Bloody Sock game, among other things.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Were you there?
No.
You didn't go? Oh, yeah, you were young. That's right. You know how many people I took to that game?
Yeah.
So this is my story. So back then, my hedge fund had like billions and not billions of dollars, but just a shitload of money in it, and all the brokerage firms would give me tickets to whatever I wanted. So it was whatever game that was, the Red Sox Yankee game, Yankee series. I must have had 2 separate 10-seat boxes. I had my whole family, friends, 20 people at that game for the Bloody Sock game, and then the whole industry changed, and then whatever it is that I kind of scaled down. Now I can't even get $2 off of the AMC movie theater deals. You know what I mean? So it's life is different nowadays. But that's who Kurt Schilling is. Kurt Schilling actually plays DFS apparently. He was in one of the chats, and he said you better watch out for Jameson Taillon. I like the way he's looking this year. So
Under.
I think since then he's 0-10. So I don't know. We'll see.
Under.
I'm coming a little bit off of my Tatis and. Because I have them mostly as one-offs, and a little bit off of some of that. That game I'm a little worried about now.
Hey, how's it going now, Buck? Yeah, it's going good, but all of a sudden, Tartable's having trouble with his swing.
See, that's great. That was a great reference there. By Adam, because I thought he was talking about something else when I first. I thought he was talking about the velvet. Costanza, wanted to be draped in velvet. That was the thing.
Heaney is the wrong pitcher to fake the Yankees in Yankee Stadium in a 100-degree day. I will tell you this: it is really hot out there. That I promise you. That's my weather edge. My weather edge is really hot in New York.
I can't believe how you guys even do it with some of that. It's not just the heat; it's the damn humidity. It's it's a whole different world out there.
You know what they say around here? It's not the heat; it's the stupidity.
Shohei Ohtani.
Well, yeah.
Under home runs.
What is the?
It's minus 300.
Okay, so
not hit a home run.
So Matt's saying that Ohtani minus 300 to not hit a home run.
Yeah, that seems kind of silly to be minus 300. So we're saying he really is going to hit a home run 30. I mean, that is kind of silly that he's that likely. So we're saying if he played for the Yankees, basically he's a 60 home. Maybe he is a 60 home run hitter, 55 home run hitter.
Against Taillon, maybe.
Yeah, those lefties do love Taillon.
Oh, you're from Florida, Timothy? Yeah.
It's the same odds of Stanton.
Dude, Otani's.
He should have better odds than Stanton, actually. Well, Stanton against a lefty is pretty close.
Yeah, but that short porch in right field is like Otani's exact swing. I mean, like.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
All right, we got. Let me see. Let me get my other stuff.
So you want to hear like a really, really, really just totally random comment? This has nothing to do with the short porch in Yankee Stadium. This has to do with the short porch at Fenway. So back in like in the late '80s, apparently they played like kind of home run derby, like in the Red Sox in Boston. And the guy who always won and who swore that he would always win the home run derby if he could bring his own pitcher was actually Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs, he apparently was in the home run derby contest they would have in-house, would win every single time. And he swore that if they had ever gave him a chance to play in the home run derby in a stadium like that, and he could bring his own pitcher, he would never lose.
I believe it. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yep.
All right. Should we touch on any NBA things? I haven't even built a lineup. I should build at least a lineup.
Yeah.
I think
do that thing you do where you build one lineup and you win all the dough.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do it. It was great when I forgot that one time, and you know, my buddy sends me a message. Hey, you won the showdown, and I'm excited. But he didn't tell me I shared it with 2,000 other people.
Oh Jesus!
Brutal. These DFS guys.
I like the idea though, but I think that maybe you play a Milwaukee blowout angle if Trey's kind of hurt, and then you don't play Trey at all, and then maybe you play some Hawks bench guys. I don't know. Maybe you play Reddish with that.
Yeah, the Reddish thing is like it's a little too far reaching, like, but it was like that kind of idea is, you know, that's what I was thinking to start the day. I mean, Giannis is technically questionable for tonight's game. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on here?
But definitely, I'm on the Matt's side. I don't know about these blowout numbers he's got going on, but I definitely think that Atlanta plus the 5 or whatever that is the way to play.
Yep.
But we'll see. Walk. Yeah, we got to get our action going again. We were putting a lot of action up with our 50-cent bets, and I think we like broke even like a couple of months ago, and then we just didn't press the action anymore. We got to come up with some. I guess when football season starts, we'll go back to the wagering.
Football is the best for that.
Yeah.
12 to 1.
No, there is no MMA this freaking week. I'm so freaking steamed.
While you're talking about tennis.
Right, exactly. I don't have my NASCARs up. If you want, I can show you why you want to be captaining Gala at 5 a.m. in the LOL slate. Let me see MMA. No, the next MMA slate isn't until freaking July 10th. It's a freaking disaster. That's when you get the most overpriced guy. You have McGregor and Poirier. Like they're priced like Pick'em or something like that. I don't think there's any way McGregor wins that fight.
Well, McGregor's going again.
Yeah, McGregor's back for more punishment.
He's going to get killed.
Matt says he's going to get killed. I don't know.
80 years old.
Who's he fighting? If he's fighting Jake Paul, maybe he'd have a shot.
They're playing Poirier again. I mean, they
they're
just
doing a rematch?
yeah, they're having a rematch.
Poirier's going again.
Yeah, of course he is.
Reddish isn't the worst player.
What are the odds?
Well, their odds on wagering I'll get to you in a second, but DraftKings has them priced to be Pick'em. DraftKings has them at the exact same price. Well, let's look it up actually. So the odds, yeah, they have them Pick'em here too. Poirier, McGregor, Pick'em. That's one of the things you could do.
Can we have Tyson fight McGregor? Wouldn't that be fair? I would love to see that. I would pay anything to see that actually.
Well, they had Mayweather fight him. That was a disaster.
Mayweather weighs 105 pounds. You know,
right?
Put out. That was the funniest one ever. I cleaned up. I didn't do well in the live final of DK that year, but I absolutely cleaned up in cash from all these idiots betting McGregor against Mayweather. At the live final, it was the same night, and it was It was a good night to wake up feeling like you won a bunch of money, but realizing you didn't win $1 million, and that's what you're really going there for anyway.
I remember I was watching that fight. I was like at an AAU basketball tournament. I was like by myself in the hotel room, and I was able to somehow find it on Periscope, like Twitter Periscope on like my cell phone or something like that. Must have been like 7 minutes behind or something like that.
I'd like to give it a shot, WW Fresh, to fight one of these YouTubers. I actually almost that night, no joke. I almost got to knock out one of the big DFS guys who got banned from Twitter since Tommy G. We had a little.
Oh, you met him actually? You met him actually in person? You know
we didn't actually meet in person. We were having plans to fight over Twitter while we were both there. It was a very, very wimpy way to go. I don't think I'd have a chance against Jake Paul though. That guy's turned himself into a physical specimen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give me another YouTuber. Somebody not named Paul or Jake Paul or whichever Paul it is. Both Pauls. Neither anybody but those guys.
Maybe Kate Hall. You could definitely take Kate Hall.
I think so.
You know what? You'd beat her in poker too. So.
Yeah, I hope so. Don't know. My game is a little rusty now.
All right, guys. Good luck to everybody. Hope it doesn't rain out. It doesn't matter. I'm going to dinner. I'm not even gonna. We just made peace with that. And go Hawks, right?
100%.
100%. And go 800 team parlay. Go Oakland, Tampa, Mets, Toronto, Yankees, White Sox, Dodgers, Phillies, Saints spelled out SAINT, Louis Cardinals, LFG.